So, hello friends. So, in this video, we are going to use Python. So, in Salesforce, we never use the Python, right? We always use Apex and LWC. So, this video, we are going to use Python to analyze the data of the Salesforce using Pandas library and Matplotlib, and we are going to use PyCharm IDE. So, for that, there are certain steps that we have to follow, and I will guide you step by step how you can connect Salesforce with the PyCharm and how you can basically analyze the data. You can do the data scientist kind of thing, the decision kind of things for different kind of modeling you can basically use to analyze the Salesforce data, means records. So there are some steps that you have to follow. First is you have to download the PyCharm. So PyCharm is basically IDE. You can see I already downloaded it. So where we can basically use the Python, we can import the pandas, matplotlib. So what is matplotlib? Matplotlib is basically to make the graphs and all, and panda is again this library for analyzing the data. So before discussing this, first of all you have to download the PyCharm. So here you have to basically search in the Google uh, this PyCharm. If you're using the MacBook, I'm using the MacBook. So for that, basically I just search in the Google, download the PyCharm for the MacBook, and then you can basically download it. I will post this link in my description of this video. You can download the PyCharm. And after that, what you have to do, you have to basically download these three packages. First package is simple Salesforce. So if I go back here, this is a simple Salesforce package that you have to download. This is basically used to connect with the Salesforce, your PyCharm. And once you will connect with the Salesforce, you can also do different kind of operations. Like you can basically insert the data. So everything is mentioned in this guide. You can just, I will post this link as well. And here is everything is mentioned, how you can insert the data, how you can connect the Salesforce. So here you have to use username, password, security token. Okay. And then how you have to import this is how you have to import this library after installing the package. And if you scroll down, uh, yeah, this is for the record management, how you can create a new record. If you want to create a record, the contact record from the Python ID after the connection, how you can do that, this is also mentioned there. How to make the SQL query. So yeah, here is, this is the query, how you can make the SQL query. So everything is mentioned. You can create the data. You can do the upsert operation as well, delete operation, this kind of things you can do. You can use the for loop as well, which I already done in my PyCharm. So I will discuss this um, after making the setup. And there's also bulk API if you wanted to insert the data in bulk, right? So you can use this bulk update, bulk insert. So everything is mentioned. I will just pause this in my video now. So how, once you have downloaded this PyCharm, what you have to do, you have to go here in the Python packages, and then you have to search Salesforce, simple Salesforce. Salesforce. So you can see this is a simple sales so that I already installed. So you have to install this. Okay, and then you have to install panda. So this is what you have to install. I already installed this actually. So you have to install this, and then you have to install matplotlib. This is basically used to make the graph of the data. Lib. This one, this you have to install. So I already installed this. You can see now this is already installed in my system. That's why I have imported this. And after that, you have to create a new project. So uh, you can create a new project from here. I already create this project, and inside that project I make one Python file, and inside the Python file you have to import this. So it already mentioned in the document. If you want to make the connection in the top, you have to import this, and then you have to provide username, password, and security token. So this is my org. I wanted to connect this Python script with my Salesforce. So I need three things: username, password and security token, as well as, since it is basically coming from the simple Salesforce library, I have to import this library as well. So in the first line, I have imported this library, and then I have to provide username, password, and security token. So username and password is nothing but whenever you basically log in the sales, so you provide the username and password. The same username and password you have to provide here, and then you have to provide security token. So to, if you don't know what is a security token, you have to just go to the setting, here setting of your org, and then here you can see reset my security token. Once you will click reset my security token in your email id, so while creation of the user, whatever the email id you have given, you will get the security token, and the same security token you can provide here. So I will reset this password. By the way, I have disclosed my password. I will reset this. So yes, so this is the username, this is the password, this is the token. You have to provide that, and then it will make the connection with the Salesforce. And now what I am doing, I wanted to teach you few things. The first thing is how to make the query. So it is already mentioned in this simple library. Like if you want to make the query, you can query the data like sf.query. You have to use this method, and you have to provide the query. So if I will just click control s, and if I just do this, sorry, yeah, so this graph is actually coming from the matplotlib that I will show you after some time. But here, if in the, I click the console, hmm, 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 is that console, stop, and if I go back, so here you can see I'm printing after this. I'm query this so-called query, and then I'm storing the response, and I'm printing this response. So this response is coming like that. If you can just see, um, this is coming like that, line number side, and I'm also printing the total size. So there are two print. First is a query. So I'm getting this query, order direct, total size 28, because I'm querying the name as well as the annual revenue, right? Revenue. So this is the name of this account object, and this is, yeah, yeah, here. This is the name. This is the name. This is the annual revenue. This is the name, and yeah, this is the name. This is the annual revenue. This is how this query is coming, because I'm just printing the response. And second thing is, I'm basically want to check the total size of this query. I'm getting 20 records because I have put this limit 20. This is now how you can do that. And now after that, I am using this library matplotlib to analyze the data. So I'm doing, I'm making two axes. One is the x-axis, second is the y-axis. In x-axis, I have given the name as an AC name, account name, and in the y label, I have given the annual revenue. Okay, and then this diff, these are the basically function of this pandas. Okay, and this plt, this is just think about the plot. These are the methods. You can just refer the document of matplotlib, you can analyze that. And I'm just passing this, and I'm provided the rotation, heights, and what type of layer it should be, and then I'm using the show method to show the data. Okay, this is nothing but this is specific to the matplotlib, and this is here, this is related to the this extension, which is simple Salesforce. You can get this information about this methods and all from the document of this library. And okay, so as soon as I'm basically let me just stop this. As soon as I'm clicking this, it's showing me this, right? It's showing me this graph. So this graph is coming from this matplotlib. So I'm giving the name x label is AC name. So AC name is coming, right? And annual revenue of the accounts, right? Annual revenue. Yeah, here the Y level, and the title is revenue annual revenue of the accounts. So I make a little big. Here you can see the title, right? I have given the red color as well. See, this is the red color, so that's why these bars are coming as on red. So this is how you can basically analyze the data. So basically, once when you have the huge data and you have to do data scientist kind of things, you have to create the decision tree. You have to basically implement some modeling, data modeling. So you have to connect sometime Python, right? You have to use a Python for that. You cannot achieve using Apex or something. So this is how you can basically connect and achieve your requirement. Now there's another thing, we can create the record as well. Let me cut this. We can create the records as well. So to create the records, there's already one method given by this package. uh, yes, so if I just go here, insert, right? So this is for absurd. Similarly for insert, it is there. Yeah, this is for creation of the record, and similarly we check for update, right? This is for creation of the record, and similarly for update of the record. This is also one of the DML. Similarly we can create the records as well. So for that here, what I have done basically, let me just uncomment this line. What I have done, I basically use this for loop because I was thinking to add 10 more records on the top of this 20 records, this 20 records. So for that, what I was doing, I was running the for loop, and then I initialize uh, this account name and annual revenue, this variable. I'm storing it here in the new account, and I'm basically adding the number account 1, account 2, account 3, and also I'm multiplying this 1 lakh. I think this is 1 lakh. No, it's not. This 10 lakh, right? I'm just multiplying this 10 lakhs with this I, and storing and creating as a record. And to create the record, I already showed you, right? We have to use this method create. So we are using sf.account. Account is the object that I want to create, and this is the create means insert. I want to insert the records. What data? This data I want to insert the records. So as of now, I can show you. Here I'm using this. This is the same org, and I'm using this query to see how many records are there in this record. In this, let me remove this. Yeah, I want to see how many records are there in this org. So there are 21 records, right? So now I will insert it. So I uncommented this line. I have to again Control S, and then I have to click this run. Okay. Now I will see how many records has been created. So it should be more than 21 now. Now see, now it's 30. So 9 more records has been added. So we can also create the records through this PyCharm and using Python simple Salesforce library. It is very powerful, to be honest. You can do anything. You can basically predict the sales, future sales as well. You can basically check the trending, right, at what particular week the sales is high, or maybe you wanted to check, like, okay, if I'm giving some discount to the customer, then what is the behavior of the customer, whether the sales is going down or it's saturated or it's moving, moving very frequently. So you can check the behavior as well. So in the banking domain, or in the basically company, the product based company, they all really wants to understand the customer. So it's really powerful. This is something new for the people who were working just the Apex, and they were just fed up, just working with the Apex. So you can try this, and please subscribe the channel, and stay tuned. I'm going to add some more videos, so that you can basically enthusiast and learn something new. Yeah, thank you.